So for this video, I went back and watched my packing video that I posted before I left and went through that and kind of compared what I actually used and what I didn't use. So I'll mention all of those as well as just other tips that I learned from being there of things that I wished I had brought that I didn't bring, and hope that I can help you make sure you're more prepared for your trip to Thailand. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Josephine and this is Joe on the Go. So I was recently on the go in Thailand, but due to current events, I am not on the go anymore. Here's a little bit about what I learned regarding what you should pack, what you shouldn't pack, and a couple tips here and there. So enjoy. Starting off with jeans. I freaking packed like 5 pairs of jeans, which was absolutely pointless. It is so hot and humid there. So jeans are really just not your friend. If you're going for a long period of time, I'd recommend bringing, well, for me, what worked was I brought one pair of tight skinny jeans and the other was like flowy kind of, or like mom jeans, baggy jeans. The next is jackets and sweatshirts. I brought like warm jackets and multiple sweatshirts, but I also thought I was going to go to like New Zealand during their winter afterwards and stuff, so I had reason to bring that. But if you're just going to Thailand and like other Southeast Asian countries, I would bring one sweatshirt, because in like northern Thailand and other countries in Asia it gets chilly. But if you're staying in like Bangkok and like the South Islands, you don't even need a sweatshirt. I brought a leather jacket, which was absolutely dumb. I never used it. It stayed in my closet the whole time. While I was there, I mostly lived in like big baggy t-shirts and like sport like running shorts, because that was most comfortable, and like I didn't really care how I looked. So yeah. Also, clothing is super cheap in Thailand. It's like from 90 to 100 baht, which is about like $3 for like elephant pants or pretty much any type. Like I got these really nice t-shirts for 100 baht, which is $3. So you can shop there if you forget something or if you don't want to bring a lot. But also this cheap clothing that I'm talking about is in markets. It's not in the big malls that have all the name brand stores. MBK is a big mall, but it's like small shops and different like trinkets and stuff. That's where you're gonna find the cheap clothing. Makeup, I practically didn't wear makeup the whole time I was there. Every once in a while, if we were going out, I'd throw on like mascara and eyebrows and some eyeliner. But it is so hot. All foundation and anything on your face is just gonna melt off, and you're gonna wanna like wipe the sweat off your face anyways, which would just wipe the makeup off it with it. So microfiber towel, highly recommend. So easy to travel, so lightweight. It dries super fast. Like I used it on every single trip that I went on. Next category is shoes. I really messed up in this department. I wore like 3 of the shoes that I brought. So my most like highly recommended shoes to bring are comfortable walking shoes in a type of sandal and a type of like closed-toed shoes. So I wore my Vans pretty much everywhere. I had a pair of slip-on and a pair of lace-up. I wore my slip-on Vans way more, as well as my Birkenstocks, which are also comfortable walking shoes, and that was pretty much all I wore. If you're going out, guys need to have like, actually I don't know about the guys' shoes, but girls need to have a back strap on their sandals, so you can't just wear like flip-flops to a club or like Birkenstocks unless they have like the back strap, so that's super important. So whenever I was going out, I'd always just wear my Vans. I brought a pair of heels and a pair of booty heels, which was absolutely pointless. I never wore them once, as well as a pair of rain boots. While I was there, it wasn't monsoon season. It only rained like 3 times, but during that time, I just wore my sandals and they got wet, but it was fine. I brought my Chacos when I was traveling and loved them, but also if you're staying in like the city and not really a place where you're gonna need water shoes, you don't really need Chacos. Another thing I brought and didn't use at all was my Grail filtered water bottle. So I had seen a lot of backpackers like raving about this, how much you're gonna use it. I I didn't use it at all. The first week, I used it in my apartment before I knew that my apartment complex had a filtered water dispenser where it was 2 baht for a liter. And 2 baht is literally nothing in US dollars. It's like a couple cents. After I figured that out, I really just never used my filtered water bottle again. I also brought a reusable water bottle, which I used when I went to like school because I knew that I could fill it up in my apartment complex before I left for school, and then I knew there was a water bottle filler at school that I could also use while I was there. But besides that, if I filled it up like before I was going out just to like explore Bangkok or do whatever, once it was empty, there was really nowhere to fill it up. The only way to fill up my reusable water bottle was to buy water bottles from 7-Eleven and dump them in. So what I ended up doing was I would just go to 7-Eleven while we were out and buy a big water bottle. It was about 14 baht, which is about 50 cents. And just carry that around with me, which, yes, it wastes plastic, and I'm all about using reusable things, but it just, I would have had to buy them anyways to fill up my water bottle, so it just made sense to buy those. All right, next is that I brought a ton of medicine. Most of the medicine that I brought, I didn't use. Like, the only stuff I really brought that I did use was Advil, and I could have easily bought that at 7-Eleven. I think most of the stuff that I brought just didn't get used because I didn't need it, which is good that I didn't need it, but if I had needed it, it would have been super easy to get at like a 7-Eleven even, or a little pharmacy. They have pharmacies pretty much everywhere, and there might be a language barrier that's difficult, but like Google Translate works. I had these nasty bug bites on my leg one day, and I went in and I showed them to them. And they were like, okay, like here's a cream you can put on it. It was like 60 baht, which is literally $2. So if you need special medicine, of course, bring that, because it might be harder to get that. Okay, something that I did bring, but I should have brought more, was sunscreen. Sunscreen in Thailand is so expensive. Like, it'll be like 600 baht for like a big bottle of sunscreen. In the islands, the sunscreen price is like double because everyone needs sunscreen in the islands. I probably would have brought another like thing of it if I had known that. I brought a pack safe, like something that you can wrap around your whole backpack and like lock it to something while you're in hostels and stuff. Never once used it. I didn't even bring it on my trips. One, it's super heavy, and two, all the hostels we stayed at in Asia, they all had good reviews, but they all had lockers. Some of them were like small lockers, but it was still big enough to fit my valuables in it. Most of them had the big lockers. I just put my whole bag in it, and that was that. I would bring your own locks. It can be a simple little small padlock, which is, I brought like 3 of them on every trip, and I'd like lock up my suit, like lock up my backpack, and then sometimes lock up like little day pack, and then lock the locker. Okay, if you get anything out of this video, this is what I recommend. Do not forget wired headphones. Wired headphones when you're traveling are so nice. So like, I would fall asleep on buses and planes and boats and whatever, and when I'd wake up, my AirPod would be on the ground, or I couldn't find it, or it was like had fallen down my shirt or something, and that's scary because those are not cheap. Bring a pair of wired headphones. Also, I'm gonna highly recommend that you go on a motorbike taxi. So basically you're sitting on the back of it, and it's so much better if you have headphones in and you can just kind of be jamming along to your music while you're riding this motorbike. Do not wear AirPods while you're riding a motorbike. They will fly out. So wearing the wired ones, you can put them back in, and if they fall out, it's no big deal because it's attached to you. Next would be, I brought a whole thing of lotion, and I didn't use it once while I was in Thailand until I got a tattoo, which is another story. When I go to Asia next, I'm not even gonna bring lotion because I didn't think that I used it. Like, I didn't use it at all. I think it was from the humidity or something. Like, my skin just never got dry, and so I didn't use it. Also, chapstick. Like, I'm used to using chapstick like all the time, and I like barely used it while I was in Thailand. Next is insect repellent. Insect repellent, you're going to use it a lot. I brought my own, and I brought like 6 bottles of it, which was pointless. Insect repellent is super cheap and easy to get at like 7-Eleven. Like, any 7-Eleven is gonna have insect repellent. I would always have that because you are going to get bit no matter where you are. but I don't think you need to bring it from the US. In terms of like a bag to pack and carry with you, I used my fanny pack. I looked like a tourist and felt dumb, but it was so handy. Like everything I needed was right here. If someone was gonna like reach into it, it would be right there in front of me. So I knew that that wasn't gonna happen, or I'd know if it was happening. So highly recommend a fanny pack. Definitely gonna bring that on my next trip. And then travel backpack. So important. Highly, highly, highly recommend a travel backpack over a suitcase. It's so easy to just throw your backpack on, walk down the street to your hostel, walk to the ferry terminal, walk to wherever with your backpack on. You can also ride on motorbikes with your backpack on. I bought mine for like $200 off Osprey and I love it. I'll link it down below. It was such a good purchase and so nice. But my best friend in Thailand also bought her backpack there. She bought it for $30 US and it was a full size like backpacking backpack. So you can choose to buy it there, but also be careful because I had friends that went back after her and they were sold out, like they didn't have anymore. So if you're planning on backpacking, I would recommend buying and bringing one with you, but also if you end up being there and just want to go backpack with the backpack, you can find one there and it'll be pretty cheap. Alright, well that is pretty much all I have for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, like and comment on this video, and I will make sure to get back to you. I have more Thailand videos coming up and those will be posted shortly, so stay tuned for that. See you in my next video. Bye.